Jeff, you guys accepted an invitation to the Frisco Bowl today. What's the feeling like?
I'm excited for our players, obviously, because it's close to home, and our crowd will travel, and we're excited about that. With the momentum we have right now in the city and our fan base and students, just in the state of Texas, honestly, we're just excited. We have a lot of players in our roster from that area, and it's just good to go back and be close to home.
I think you guys are going to be the only game playing at the time when this ends on ESPN. What about being able to showcase the brand like that?
Yeah, I agree. You get more eyes on you, and we're playing a really good football team. They beat Utah earlier in the year, and they're really good. Had some illnesses in the last game. I understand a lot of their players, some key players didn't get to play or missed a lot of practice. I'm not for sure of that. Obviously, I just found out like you guys did. So we're excited.
For the players to get the full bowl experience, and you too, after last year, how exciting is that for you guys as you move forward here?
Yeah, my daughter told me on Wikipedia I've got an 0-2 bowl record as a head coach, and I'm like, no, that's not fair because I didn't coach at SMU. Sonny coached that game, and Barry coached in the last one, and I got an 0-2 record and haven't even coached in a bowl game yet. So I need some help there on Wikipedia. Who is Mr. Wikipedia? Is that Mr. Wiki? I mean, who is that?
It's all of us.
It's all of us.
It's y'all's fault then. Let's have somebody.
Hey, Coach, did you guys ultimately get to make a selection? Did you have a choice to make, or was this handed down? How did it turn out?
Dr. Campos deals with all that, and she told me we were playing in Frisco against San Diego State just a little bit ago, and I'm not for sure how all that went down exactly.
Jeff, how do you describe what's at stake in this matchup or why it's important for your team?
It's just always fun to win. We don't like to talk about it very much, but we've experienced that other thing this year, and we don't want to do that again. So that's what's most important for our kids, just to leave on a good note. In the history of the program, we've never won a bowl game, right? And these guys have done a lot of firsts this year. So I challenged them when the year started. Why not us? Some team's going to be the first one to win the West. Why not us? Some team's going to be the first one to win the whole conference. Why not us? Well, somebody's going to be the first team to win a bowl game in the history of the school. Why not us?
I want to ask you too about Cincinnati getting into the college football playoff. They're in a league that you guys are about to go into. Just how big is that for the group of five moving forward here?
I agree. I actually did think about that some, and I was rooting for that because, whether we're technically the ones replacing them or not, we are replacing. There's a group of us replacing the ones that are going to the Big 12. So obviously, I was rooting for Cincinnati, and we hope they do well in the playoff. Obviously.
Coach, when you got the trophy for the championship game, the very first thing you said is we did this for the city of San Antonio. Why was that the very first thing that came to your mind to say?
Well, this is the very first thing that came to my mind in our press conference. You always get those questions, right, in your interviews. What are you going to do on day one? What are you going to do the first week? What are you going to do the first month? And I was very confident that we were going to win the press conference, that day one we were going to win the press conference. I was very intentional in my words to y'all, and to our city, to our recruits in the city. That's where we were going first. We were going to try to capture the 2-1-0. We've made it part of our culture, our triangle of toughness, and it's where we always start. The reason I was hired was to start in the city and to work my way out. And I believe that vision and my plan was why President Amy Dr. Campos gave me the opportunity.
There's already a lot of sentiment kind of floating around of fans wanting maybe a bigger spotlight or a higher profile game. Do you feel like this is a significant reward for the season you guys put together?
A culture pillar violation. Controllables, right? We have no control over that. We just go where they tell us to play and play who we're supposed to play. And we're going to trust the triangle and follow our culture.
What's the next few days like? Do you have a schedule set out already?
Yeah, we do. We're speculating. I had to have some plans ready. So we got finals this week. I know those guys are tired of hearing my voice, believe it or not. So we're going to get in that weight room. We're cramping too much late in the games. I don't know what that is. So we got to get in better condition, obviously, to be this time of year and to be cramping. Now, I'm going to brag on my kids, too. I don't know anybody that plays harder than our kids do. So they sell out for me. They give perfect effort. So I would imagine they're probably just exhausted because they play so hard. So I don't want to make it sound like I'm trashing my kids, but Philo's got a big job this week to get some cardio, get us in better condition, and that's going to be the real focus this week is conditioning, strength training, a lot of video of our opponent, obviously, and we got final exams. If we don't get those hours passed, there'll be some guys not playing that bowl game. That's be a real culture pillar violation.
Jeff, you're also gonna do some recruiting this week, right?
Yeah, flying out tomorrow. I'll be on the road. You know, it's a players' game. We got to go recruit, get some players in here. The brand's hot right now, and we've got some spots we got to get fixed still. We're only in year 2. People think this thing's already fixed, and we got a lot to fix still.
The signing days week after next. Any idea how many you're expecting to sign in that early period?
I don't want to misspeak. So I know we've probably got 7 or 8 or 9 committed right now. I need to look at that, right? With the rule that, you know, last year we could bring them all back if we wanted to, just however much you wanted to go pay for. And this year they're cutting us back to 85. So we're going to have some conversations here pretty quick and make some of those decisions.
What's your message to the fan base? All these fans excited to head to the bowl destination.
Well, my baby brother just texted me and said he needs, I think he said 97 tickets and 47 parking passes. So I imagine that's a joke. I would imagine there's going to be a lot of that, right? There's going to be a lot of people trying to get to the game and just be there. And we're excited. You know, we've got a lot of familiarity in this state. We've got a lot of friends, a lot of people that root for us. And I guarantee we're going to show up and be loud.
How have you kind of embraced this period since Friday night, sort of taking some time to bask in what you've accomplished, or what has this time been like for you?
My mother-in-law, I don't ever get to sleep. I always wake up at like 4:30 or 5, and I was doing my quiet time this morning. She asked the same thing. She's like, Jeff, do you ever just enjoy and stop ever? And I'm like, look, Gamma, that's what we call her, Gamma Donna. We're always on the next thing, right? In your mind, you're always on to what if the bowl game's on the 21st, what if it's on the 22nd, what if it's on the 28th, what if it's on the 29th? How's that pregnancy schedule going to be? How am I going to recruit? Where am I going to be? So no, and I told her today the same thing. There'll be a day when I'm taking care of grandkids one day and doing all that stuff that I hope I look back and knowing me, I'll probably be trying to figure out a way for that grandkid to be the best little league baseball player he can be or something else.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank y'all.